Hello students, welcome to Tax Ma'am classes. I'm your Tax Ma'am. Today I'm going to explain the concept of exemption under section 54B under the head income from capital gains. And as my mobile phone was not working, I couldn't upload the classes from a long time. And I was doing the PGBP classes, but I'm not able to upload it because still my mobile phone is not working. I found another way to explain the small concept. So today we are focusing on the exemption under section 54B, which is under the head income from capital gains. So from this video we are going to see what are the conditions and how much amount is allowed as an exemption, and we are going to see one problem. What is the section 54B overview means? If a person is transferring his agriculture land, and by transferring whatever the amount he is getting, with that amount he is going to invest in purchase of new agriculture land. For that person, this exemption is allowed. Why this exemption is allowed mainly means when a farmer wants to shift his agriculture land for a certain reason, and hence he sells off the old agriculture land, and from that sale proceeds he will buy the new agriculture land. So whatever the reason is, for farmer want to shift his place, and by selling the old agriculture land he is getting some income. That is not an income, right? So he wants to reinvest again in purchase of new agriculture land. So in this case, for this purpose only this section 54B came. Why? Because the amount whatever the farmer is getting by selling the old agriculture land, he is going to reinvest again in purchase of new agriculture land. So the income which he was getting is not an income, right? He was going to reinvest again. So this section talks about where that income will be allowed as exemption. For this we have few conditions are there, and the amount of exemption is given. So let's get started with the conditions and let's do one example problem. First condition, it is eligible only for the individual and HUF only, but not for companies or firms or AOPs or judicial person or any other person. This section is eligible only for the individual and HUF only, and the capital gain may be a long-term or short-term capital gain. And see, what is the section 54B means? If a person who is an individual or HUF, if he is transferring any urban agriculture land, which the agriculture land is used for agriculture purpose only, by him or by his parents for a period of at least 2 years immediately preceding the year of transfer. That means if the person is transferring this agriculture land in 2020, that means previously immediately preceding this 2 years, 2018 and 19, this agriculture land must be used for agriculture purpose only by him or by his parents. Then by transferring whatever the amount he will get, that will be called as capital gain, right? That capital gain must be reinvested in the purchase of agriculture land within a period of 2 years from the date of transfer. The amount invested in the reinvested in the purchase of new agriculture land will be allowed as exemption. So now how much amount will be allowed as exemption means capital gain arising on transfer of agriculture land, or the amount invested in the new agriculture land, whichever is less will be allowed as exemption. We have one more important condition. What is that? Means the person whatever the SSC is purchasing new agriculture land, that agriculture land shouldn't be transferred within the period of 3 years. If the SSC has transferred that agriculture land, new agriculture land within 3 years, the exemption what we have given previous will be taxable in the name of capital gain. Now let's see one example problem. Mr. Sundaram purchased an agriculture land in April 2015. Since the date of purchase it is used for agriculture purpose. This land was sold in August in 2020 for 8,40,000. Capital gain arising from this land is 1 lakh. So Sundaram sold off this agriculture land. From that the capital gain was 1 lakh. And see, out of the sale proceed, and within 2 months he purchased new agriculture land of rupees 3 lakhs. So what is the benefit he can claim from section 54B? So they are asking what is the benefit of section 54B. What are the conditions of section 54B? It is eligible for individual or HEF. So here Mr. Sundaram is an individual, it is allowed, and the main thing is it should be used for agriculture purpose. In the question they have directly given it is used for agriculture purpose, and he sold off the old one, and within 2 months he purchased a new agriculture land. That means within the time period he purchased new one. So what is the benefit he is going to get? Means how much amount is allowed as deduction? I said capital gain arising on the transfer of agriculture land or the amount invested in the purchase of new agriculture land. So what is the capital gain arising? In the question they gave it is 1 lakh, and how much he invested in purchase of new agriculture land? It is 3 lakhs. So least of the two will be allowed as exemption. So 1 lakh or 3 lakhs, which one is the least one? Means 1 lakh. So for Mr. Sundaram 1 lakh will be allowed as exemption under section 54B. So this type of question they may ask for 4 marks question. Either they may ask in a case or they may ask in a 4 marks problematic question. So if you know the concept, you can do the problem easily.